It must be Monday, Monday. Because Car Stereo Talk Live, the Monday show, is about to happen with your hosts, Gene and Fernando. Get ready for the greatest show of all time. Not this one, but get ready for this one anyways. Here we go. Boom. There it is. We are here. It is Monday, and we are going to do car stereo stuff. So we hope you are prepared. It is probably going to thunder and lightning throughout this whole storm. Apparently, the storm was coming in as we started the show.
Yeah.
So that probably means the internet's going to suck and all the other bad things will happen. But hey,
now it looks fantastic. Look at that.
That's good. That's good. Let's hope the internet works throughout the whole show. Hey, and if you're like, man, I want to watch it and really feel things. We rebroadcast this on Tuesday where it's edited and you get to see our comments, and it looks fantastic because we record it here live. I hope you guys heard that. That was pretty fantastic. Welcome to the show. Let's say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Let's go back here. Good evening, everyone. Evening. Hello from Vegas.
What's up, Vegas?
Finally getting a little relief from all this heat. Apparently we will be too.
Yeah.
Evening, everyone. I hope all is well.
Fantastic.
Meanwhile, we're nearing record highs here in Athens. Fantastic. I mean, what do you expect? Good evening from sunny side of Florida. I think they're all sunny.
Yeah.
And congratulations, Ken. This is fantastic.
Congratulations, my friend.
Especially now.
Yeah.
So good job. Enjoy.
For sure.
Go party for sure.
Go party. No, don't go party.
I definitely party, man. That's a big move. Good afternoon from sunny Modesto, California.
Yes.
You know, it was funny because it was going to rain the other day, and I was outside, and the cold came through. Like there was the temperature just went down. Mm-hmm. I mean, like down to 70 and breezy. I was like, oh, there's like a chill in the air. This is so nice. Yes. All of that. Hi, guys. What's up, Dave?
What's up, Dave?
Just ordered a 72 U.S. General Toolbox and Hutch yesterday. Can't wait to get it.
Oh, my God. I went yesterday.
Yes. And you saw the cheap toolboxes?
They have a really nice one. Okay. Big.
So Fernando went to the cheap tool store yesterday. Let me fill you in so that you're in the conversation. And I'm just going, what is he talking about? Anyways, proceed.
So exactly.
So you saw the U.S. General
72-inch U.S. General. Yeah, that's fantastic.
It is nice.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
I
don't need any more toolboxes.
No. But just in case.
No, I don't. I think we're good. I think we're good.
I think one more it doesn't hurt anyone.
No, my box is fine. I don't feel.
No, the other one is longer.
Yeah. You know, I think that one's good. I don't think we have the need for any more toolboxes. You know, I don't want any more stuff. I'm good. But no, listen. I know. Yes, that is fantastic. I can't wait. Yay! Let the show start.
Yeah.
Please send rain to East Coast of Florida. Please go to East Coast of Florida. It's the best I can do. I hope it works. Evening, gents. Great show on Saturday, as always. I'm glad you liked it. It was fun having Dan here. If you guys missed it, we had Dan on the show, and we talked all about stuff and got his perspective on things.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed
it was fantastic.
And then the two of them went out and partied afterwards. So it was a lot of fun.
Party like a rock star.
Hello from L.A. Hey, guys, from York, PA. I think the dryer just finished. I like thunder.
I like thunders. I don't know. It's the sound that makes it so cool.
I have mixed feelings on it.
Really?
Yeah. Good evening from Florida, Wisconsin. 92 and 72% humidity. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. Hi, guys. Hey. All right, Steve. What sub do you put in a Toyota Camry that was on 5 minutes? Those were P1s. He had the Rockford P1 box, powered off of a Nighthawk. So I told him to start saving because he's probably going to want to upgrade to P1s I'm sorry, the
P2s?
P1s to like 2s or 3s.
Yeah.
But they did sound awesome. They did sound really, really good. I EQ'd the hell out of them.
Yeah.
I don't have money for the Icon toolbox. Ah, dude, who cares? It's a toolbox. Listen, they're all the same, man. I don't like these. These we got from the the freaking Chinese place when you type in garage, and dude, they're fantastic. And they were freaking cheap.
That was before tariffs.
That was before tariffs. But they
Yeah.
were. I love these things,
Yeah.
man. These things are the best. Like and these are just rebranded Huskies.
Yep.
The colored ones they had on sale all the time.
This is the Cobalt, right? No.
Huskies. Those are Huskies. Those are Cobalt. That's a Cobalt. Those are Huskies.
This is Huskies.
Because these were 24-inch tops, and they were cheap. They were like what, $350 or something like that, or $299 or something. I don't know. Either way, I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. From Hoover Heights, Ohio, still on tour, getting it done. I bet Nando would settle for a new creeper he's been needing. So Ryobi came out with their creeper.
Yeah.
And I looked at it, and it's so god awful expensive for a creeper.
Mm-hmm.
But then I read the reviews, and everyone was like, "It's great, it's cool because it like turns into a seat and does all this stuff." But the way it's built, the wheels sit underneath it, and so it moves it up higher. Mm-hmm. So it's like, when we had the wheels on the router thing, and it just went from here to here, and they're like, so you can't fit underneath the car.
Right.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Because creepers are cheap. I mean, I just haven't thought about it, all right? It's my fault. It's my fault. Okay, so we do this little thing called the 12-volt clean wire club.
That is correct.
And every week Fernando goes and finds. That was the dramatic pause.
Okay. I was like, what happened?
It was a dramatic pause.
You ran out of...
No, I didn't run out of anything. Let's jump over to the page.
Yes, sir.
And here we go. I like it. I like white. White is always cool. White always looks nice. Doesn't always work, but it looks nice. It's got those are the RCAs we have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are nice. It looks good. I like it. Who is it?
It's Mr. Salvador, DIY installer.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he did a fantastic job.
Looks like he did it in his house right there.
Yeah. I mean,
top of the
kitchen table.
Yeah.
I mean, he did a fantastic job. Everything
looks
really
fantastic. Nice, right?
Yeah.
Everything goes.
Good. I mean,
yeah.
That's definitely that's
great
definitely
job.
a $20 pair of boots with a $100 shine. So good job.
What? What?
You heard me. Hey, and this segment is brought to you by DNF Tool Drawer, a place where you can go and find the IRTA as well as the keychain. We still have keychains left. We have a couple of keychains left. Hopefully you guys will buy those things up so we can do another batch of different ones. Mm-hmm. So as soon as we sell out of those, we're going to do another one because they were a lot of fun. So you can get to pick those up. They're like $10 shipped directly. That's it. It's $10 shipped. You get a cool DNF keychain. You get the wire ruler keychain, which is fun. But yeah, DNF Tool Drawer is a place you can find all the cool tools that we use on our day-to-day basis. Yeah. Basically, they're Amazon links. If you click through there, you don't even have to buy anything. Just click through it and buy something on Amazon, and it'll go towards helping the show, pay all the bills, and all that other fun stuff. So, yeah, that's how it works. Thank you so much for being a part of it.
Here we go.
Let's get on to the questions. Go ahead and remove that. I'm going to pull up this one here. Oh, wrong button.
Yeah, it's car stereo.
I hit the wrong button. Yep. That was my fault. I hit the wrong button. It's so bad. I'm a terrible human being.
Yeah?
I know. I should just go home. I'm going to go home.
Right on.
It is summertime, and that can only mean one thing. It's time to get out and take your motorcycles for a ride. Get out and cruise the streets, and nothing is better than being able to listen to your own music and just pissing everybody off as you drive by because your stuff sounds better than their stuff. And if you'd like to have amazing motorcycle audio or for a side-by-side golf cart, whatever you got, make sure to head over to arc-audio.com. Make sure to head over to arcaudio.com. There's no dash. Don't put the dash in there. Arcaudio.com, where you will find the Moto line of products. DSP, speakers, amplifiers, all the stuff that is there to make your dreams come true and just blast you into good sound. And everyone will be like, oh, man, did you hear that car go by?
Nope.
No, but I heard that motorcycle.
That's right.
Yeah. And he was looking stylish with his hair flapping in the breeze.
Stylish.
Looking all good on that that hog. They have mounting brackets as well as powering kits too, so make sure to check out the full line of installation accessories for your vehicle. Vehicular. Anyways, Fernando, drop me some questions. Life is born without boring life of Dean and Haley. I hope you enjoyed it yesterday. I had a fun time playing with Haley, and she beat me up the whole show. Dean, on your podcast with Brian, you mentioned not using REW. How exactly do you tune Helix DSPs? And do I not need REW for my P6? Just use the Helix tool on Audio Tech Fisher. Thanks and loving the podcast. Yes, use the Helix tool for sure. It's a very good tool. They have the microphone. Just pick up the microphone, which you probably already have for your REW, and use that. Their tool is fantastic.
Yeah.
It works. Might have to do it once or twice just to figure out the quirks, but yes, by all means, use it. We've used it. We've used it to tune before, and it's a great tool if you don't, if to get you going, right? If you understand. So here's the thing. If you understand how to use REW, I do not. Okay, I've spent no time whatsoever with it because my process I like, and it gives me good results. If you understand REW, or if you understand Max or audio control, or if you understand Audison, or you understand Audio Tech Fisher or Moscone or whoever, if you understand that and it's a process and you can get a great result at the end, do that. Don't worry about anything else. Do what works for you. So if you're comfortable with REW, then by all means use REW. If you're not comfortable with REW, throw it in the trash can and learn the product that works best with Audio Tech Fisher, which is their product. So that'll speed things up for you. You won't have to do two things at once, or like, I'm not getting the results I want. So that's the only recommendation. I'm not telling you not to use something or to use something in lieu of something, but wherever you're at in your journey, do what makes the most sense and don't worry about what everyone else says.
Okay.
But I don't use REW, neither does Brian. 2019 Subaru Crosstrek factory 6-inch head unit non-amplified. How can I get a clean fat signal from that to an aftermarket DSP Helix? Well, so Helix actually has de-equalization built into the processor. You do need a couple things in order for the auto setup to work. Did I move that somewhere? Hold on. Did I move it somewhere? Is it in that other box?
I don't know where it is. Maybe it's on
Behringer. Hold on.
Yeah, it's that one.
Is it in here?
Yep.
Are we sure?
Yep.
Oh, you know what? I bet you it's not. No, this is the backup kit. This is the second kit. The other kit is...
Oof, good luck, man.
I know.
I don't think you're going to find it right now.
I think it's right here.
What's up, Joe Boss? How you doing, buddy?
It's so heavy.
I don't think it's in there. No.
Oh, I think it is in here. Because this is the Helix
box.
I think it's in here.
Oh, there's nothing in there.
There's nothing in here. Yes, here it is. So you need to do a loop back on it. In order to do the loop back, you need the Behringer UCA222, which is this guy right here. It has a USB on it. But this is what you need in order to do the loop back to DEQ with the Helix. Now, this thing is probably like $80. So if you're like, I don't necessarily want to do all that. Well, another simple solution for your problem would just be if you're just doing 2-channel audio, which is probably what you're doing, because that's all you need is a left and a right. Unless there's backup sensors that come out of the back of the car, in which case you might need to loop those in too. But either way, the kicker key lock is what we like to call the Magic Man, because you can put that in and it'll take any 2 channels. You hit the button, boom, it's done. Might take 10 to 15 minutes because it's crunching a bunch of data. It might take 8 minutes. It just depends. But either way, that's what we use because it's easy. It's like Staples. Done. So you might want to check that out. But there's 2 answers. About motorcycle audio, is the DSP necessary? Crossover and EQ, I get, but wouldn't the speakers be Yeah, for the most part, thus eliminating the need for time alignment, equal distance. Remember, a DSP has 4 things that are most relevant, which is equalization, key, crossover, key, and level control. Ooh. So time alignment, yeah, I get it. It's probably not the most relevant thing on a motorcycle. However, it might be. I don't know, because I can tell you right now, they time align the shit out of these things from the factory. So, yeah, I guess. But there again, adding rear delay might be fun, give you a surround feel. So there's 3 things out of the 4 that you need that a DSP will do. So there you go. And then Brad says, yes, but they really need the EQ. So for the most part, the DSP, probably still a good move to do the 3 out of the 4 things. But remember, ARC has an up mixer, and so you can do really cool things on the rear channels, like add delay, so that make your bike sound like it's longer, and the rear speakers are farther back. I don't know. I mean, it sounds silly. I'm with you, but no, I would personally just want the badass EQ. Big difference between 8 in P2 and P3. Its sound being the P3 are shallow. I mean, when it comes to shallow woofers, like, okay, if you had a P2 normal versus a P3 shallow, I would take the P2 normal.
Well, I had a P2,
Regular,
8-inch,
ported.
regular.
Yep,
and
still up front.
Big box.
It was a big box,
and it sounded really nice.
It was
I
impressive.
was super happy.
And we put
Now
like
you put a P3,
90 watts on it.
correct. Now you put a P3, and it's a seal box.
Shallow.
Yeah,
I mean,
stay with the 8.
If I was going to do an 8, like if I was trying to fit a small 8 somewhere,
Mhm.
I would just buy the Rockford P308.
Yeah.
The amplified P308 porter box.
I love that.
Because that thing just kicks ass and takes
I
names.
love how it sounds.
Yeah, and it's
Yes.
like that deep, and it's I mean, if I have to go 8, I don't even bother. I just sell that. I'm not going to sell a box with an 8 and amplifier. I'm just going to sell the P308 and call it a day. That's the Rockford. Anyways, yeah. Hold on, let me unstart this so we can get that off there.
I already did, so I have it
okay.
on the.
All right, let me do this.
There you
okay.
go.
Question. What Hertz tweeter would you recommend for an A-pillar location in 2017 Traverse? I don't know. But the easiest way to figure this out is to pull the factory tweeter out of the location. So take your A-pillar off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's key. And then the manufacturers typically will give you the diameter of the tweeter. So, like, for example, this is a Cento. Oh, this is a DJ. Ooh, this guy had a variety of things.
So a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So this is the
because on the rear deck is totally different speakers.
They're Kenwoods or kickers. So this is the DJ that we just took out of this car here. He had in the front, and this is kind of a small tweeter. But to the outside of this, we're looking at
1.5.
No, it's tiny. So this is like 1.25. It's like 1.25, and then if you keep the bezel on it, it's like 1.4. But my point is this is what we would do. We would measure the factory tweeter, kind of get an idea of how big, and then go over to the website and try to find something that's close. If I don't want to modify it today, unfortunately, I had like 1.4 inches, but I had to put a 2.3 inch tweeter in its location. So, damn, that girl's got a big butt, and so. But that's what we would do. You just measure the factory tweeter, and then you can go to the website and figure out what's close.
All right. Yeah. So here we go. Right here.
Here we go. JLC1 coaxials or ARC X2 coaxials, asking for a friend.
Don't answer that.
I'm not going to.
Because Melissa just answered that question.
Melissa
for
did
you.
It? Oh, thank God.
Yes.
Good job, Melissa. ARC audio all day. Anything below C7 from JL's trash. I love it. Everyone's is in basically everyone's opinion. I will concur.
There you go. See?
Yeah. I mean, I
That's,
think the C6 is probably pretty nice. The new C6s. But...
trash.
Okay.
It's a capital right there, right? No, but
Keep in mind, we also have the new AS series as well from Arc 2 to check out. I don't know where your price point is, but the AS might be something you're looking at as well.
Yeah.
The reality is like, you know, we're both... No, just stick with what Melissa said. Next question.
All right. Shoot.
No, you're fine.
You're late.
This
Okay,
next
go
segment
for
is
it.
brought to you by Audio Control. Is it
Mhm.
too soon? I feel like it might be too soon.
20, no.
We'll circle back around
that's
if we
fine.
need to. This next segment is brought to you by the fine folks at Audio Control in the Epic line. Make sure to head over to Audio Control and check out all the new things that just came out. Epic. It's almost, I don't know, epic. We have a new Epic subwoofer as well as mids and highs in the professional audio world, aka Sound by the Pound, aka Louds.
Dude, it's crazy right
now. I know, it's pouring, man. It's like, I don't even want to leave. Oh, we got to make sure we lock the door. You didn't lock the bottom. Or put the lock on.
I mean,
well, what the hell? You can find it at audiocontrol.com. How do the Audio Control speakers sound? I haven't heard the Epic yet, but the PNWs sound fantastic.
Mhm.
Very nice, good value. Or, yeah, I think they are.
They are.
We've had a lot of luck with them. The cases where that speakers needed to go in, we've been very happy.
Oh, that was Austin was putting a component in his car. That was pretty good. Yeah. All right.
Dude, okay, hold on. Save that one. I got to pull this up because this is funny. Frank just finally hit this. Frank says, "What's up, Mean Dean and Nando Commando?"
Yeah.
Dude, that is fantastic, Frank. Hi. Okay, I just thought that was fantastic. Okay, go bring up the other one.
Okay.
That was funny. 2021 GMC Sierra with Bose retaining factory radio. Would you use the Ethernet, or is there a better option? 3-way front stage, active coaxial. Yeah, PAC now has the PAC Amp Pro GM71. So, and I think also not Mobridge, but Nav TV also re-released their version of it. The easiest one to probably get right now is the PAC GM71. It'll do Toshlink. It'll do RCAs. Now, you say, oh, what is the difference? Whoa, slow it down. Okay, so if you need a DSP, the Ethernet from Access has a DSP. So it will give you DSP stuff. If you're going to be doing an aftermarket DSP, okay, then you can go with the PAC piece because the PAC piece does not have DSP built into it. It's just our 6-channel RCA, 5-volt, or Toslink. Those are your two options for it. So and whichever one suits you the best is the one that you're going to want to go with. So, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
Bam.
All right.
Okay, hold on. Miguel says, do they have a crossover for the ARC AS series? I see what looks like older versions of the crossovers from ARC. Yes, those are the crossovers, the older looking crossovers. Buy them a la carte. The speakers do not come with crossovers. So if you need some, the current crossovers will work with those speakers. Best move would just be put a Blackbird or something like that on it and go active. So, have you guys had any issues with the site that does the shirts? Or a few months ago, keep getting emails that there were delays?
Man.
No, honestly, I have no idea. They don't really notify us on delays like that.
That's all the profit.
I could see where there might be problems because of recent tariffs and stuff like that. Be patient is all I can say. This year we were supposed to be bringing them all in house, and we have not done that yet.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, no, we haven't.
No,
but because really that's a whole nother thing. But anyways, yes, be patient. That's all I got to say. And if not, just ask for a refund because that's ridiculous. We do what we can.
Sorry. Oh, there you go.
Cardio Reimagine released vid today from Knowledge Fest, and new Mobus looks nice with up to 5 triggers for accessories.
Yeah, I mean They killing it, these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bobby says, update on Fuego. He's in a new room and off breathing oxygen. His kidney crapped out, so they are getting dialysis set up for home. He should be able to go home this weekend or earlier next week. That is fantastic.
There you go.
That
Thank
is
you.
fantastic.
Thank you, Bob, for letting us.
Ken says, I thought Nav was going away. So here's what happened.
Yeah.
There was a story that was put out by CE Outlook. You guys
Yeah.
all know them. And basically what it was kind of like not right was the easiest way to say it. And that is that the company that owns Nav TV was no longer going to provide support for Nav TV. But the whole story was Nav TV car division was going to branch off and go for sale. Okay, so they ended up selling to Mobridge, and so now Mobridge owns all assets of Nav TV car. Okay, so that meant that all the joy that is Mobridge is now infused into Nav TV, and the two companies are working together. It's all one company, so it's all under Frazier, and he's banging stuff out left and right. They even sell a Mobridge A to B and a Nav TV A to B because they're two totally different builds in that, like, what goes into one is not in the other, and they sound different and all this other fun stuff. So it's one of those things where Nav TV is still a thing. It's a more popular name than Mobridge, so I don't think it's going to go away. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens over the next couple of years as far as how products are going to be coming out and all that other fun stuff. But it still exists, and it's still a thing. And like Arc Audio, there's Nav TV pieces to work in Harleys and stuff like that. So I was going to go with the Kenwood 5-channel amp, but now I'm thinking about going with a DSP. Would you recommend a separate DSP or amp with a built-in DSP? What would you recommend? Thank you. Now, I personally am a big fan of built-in DSP. I like amps with DSPs built into it. From a retailer point of view, it's better for us to sell you an amp with a DSP in it. It's just easier. So like it brings the price into a more appealing price point, because if I have to sell you a DSP and an amplifier, I have to sell you 2 pieces or 3 pieces, and that increases the price substantially because each piece I add in our world adds more money to the install. So if I can get you into one product that has everything in it, I can get you other things in the stereo, like maybe upgrade to some speakers or a better this or a better that. So, and then also there's only so much room in these vehicles for this stuff. The more pieces you have, the more room it takes up. So anytime I can shrink the amount of things I have to put in the vehicle, it just, to me, makes it less of a headache. So I like DSP amplifiers. Blackbird, Arc Audio Blackbird, Moscone. So there's 4 companies that do it really well. Audison makes a fantastic line of DSP amplifiers. Arc Audio has the Blackbird line of amplifiers. And then you have Moscone makes 3 lines of DSP amplifiers with the Pico, the One, and the Pro. And then you have Audio-Tech Fisher, which makes the Match line of amplifier DSPs, as well as the Helix amplifier DSPs. Those are the 4 big dog, badass amplifier DSPs out there. Pick one. Go to town. What I would recommend is downloading the software and see which one makes the sense. Oh, and then JL Audio has theirs, but the other 4 are way cooler. Okay.
This is for the guy that says...
it says, Jim, I have audio control speakers. They sound amazing, but you have to listen to Apple Music or Tidal. I would listen. If you listen to Pandora or Spotify, they sound like crap. They are also clear. They pick up the flaws in the music quality. So in Spotify, you should be able to upgrade to the high res package if you're paying for it.
Yeah.
If you're not, no. But anytime you're streaming a service, you want to use the high res. Pandora does not offer that, so typically Pandora sucks. So don't use Pandora ever.
Yeah.
What's going in the red Mustang that's in your shop? Now, a great way to find out what is happening in the install bay is to go to Instagram, where we do 5 minutes with 5-star, and or watch the Monday show that is released today. It is a recap of all the Instagram stuff, the whole week of what's happening in the bay. And in this case, this Mustang sitting over here is in for a set of K2 3-way components in the front that's going to be powered off of a Blackbird. And then he's buying we're installing a subwoofer and a fiberglass enclosure that we bought. It's going in the passenger rear side that's going to have an audio control shallow 10 powered off of his ACM 2.300 audio control amplifier. Those will be located in the trunk. And to top it all off and put the cherry on top, it is a 2017, so he will be getting the Kenwood Apex iData dash kit and radio to replace his 8-inch factory screen. So we'll be doing a toss link from front to back from the Kenwood radio, which I'm super excited about. So that's what's happening in the Mustang over my shoulder. I have a 3rd gen Tacoma. I currently have a JL Stealth box with 10s, 10-inch, an 8-inch sub box on the passenger side. I am contemplating getting rid of each and getting something with big bass. Do you have any suggestions? So anytime I need a box that will do big bass, the first place I check is foxacoustics.com, Foxbox. If they make something for your vehicle, that's a great place to go and see, yeah. So I would try that first. Can't wait to see it. Yeah. Hi. You guys work on a 2025 4Runner yet? Anything changed from the previous generation? I know we've put a sub in one. We did that earlier this year. The guy had it.
4Runner?
Yeah, because he had ANC, and the guy went and had the ANC shut off. But yeah, that was it. All we did was put a subwoofer in it. I honestly think it's got a new dash because it's got the
new harness.
Harness is the same.
Yeah,
harness is the same. They didn't change the harness.
So
but other than that, no.
iData T harnesses?
No, the PAC T harness. The PAC T harness for behind the radio. So
just go.
Yeah, but all of them now have fake engine noise, but most of them are easily enough to shut off. So, or bypass or unplug or.
Isn't that was the one that he actually said that he can turn it off in the radio?
That was somebody talking about something, but I don't remember.
That was not that one.
Yeah, it was not that one. That was a car or something.
All right.
Yeah. I'll tag this one here for you. I just saw it. Hello, gentlemen. I have a Fox acoustic box, my Nissan Titan, like the one you installed for the gentleman on the YouTube video. How do you think the Rockford Fosgate P2 sound in that enclosure? So what he's talking about, for those of you who didn't check it out, is we did a Titan and powered the whole system of Blackbird. We did a 3-way set up front, and then we used 7 and 8 bridge to 2 P2 subs in a Fox box underneath the Titan. It was the new, it was a 2024, 2025 Titan. It's the last of its kind. The reason why we went with the P2s is because we were going to be using the Blackbird for the subwoofers, and we wanted something that was going to be boomy and efficient and work well off of the power we were giving it. The customer was overjoyed with the way it sounded. It put out, in his terms, a shit ton of bass. So, yeah, they were good. Now, we've also done that same box in other Titans with way more power, and there again got more bass than we got with that. So the P2s work great in there. It's just how much bass do you want? There's always more bass to be had. Thoughts on the Kicker Key 501 powering 2 Rockford P2 DVC 4-ohm wired down 210. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, P2s. Listen, P2s are magical subwoofers, guys. I mean, they sound great. They don't need a boatload of power. 500 watts is more than enough. And they just bang all day. So, yeah, hit it. Any experience with the Ford Maverick? I want to add an amp and all speakers.
What will you recommend for speakers?
I have the audio control ACM 4.3 and non.
BO.
So, yeah, we've done them.
Yep.
We've done a couple of them.
We change the speakers. We put the Morels in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do anything.
So it's you have a small amplifier. We always put a DSP in. So anytime we're keeping a factory radio, we're always putting a DSP. I mean, unless you're just like so baller on a budget, but without a DSP, it's kind of silly. Something like this, where we're just doing 4-channel audio, we could probably get away with just doing like, I mean, obviously, I just want to put a Blackbird in it and call it a day and power everything off it, and everyone's happy. If we don't want to do that, we could do like a DSR1 or a PSM Pro, which is also a very small DSP. So there's plenty of options depending on where we want to go with it. Subwoofer wise, there are a couple companies out there that make a box for that. I think Ground Shaker is the one I think we stock. We call Ground Shaker. There's another company called Ground Pounder. I don't know.
Why is always ground power?
I don't know. There's a lot of ground going on. Ground.
There's no power. It's only ground. Why?
I don't know. I don't ask. Hey, do you need speakers for that vehicle? You might want to check out Focal. Focal has the Ford plug-and-plays, which are designed to easily bolt into place. Simply pull your door panels off. Okay. This is
simple. It's basic.
Basic. Piece of cake. Done. Anyways, plug and play speakers allow you to not have to buy brackets, not have to buy plugs. They simply just go in, pull the factory ones out, put them in. Things are great. But that's not all. If you want to go full crazy, you want to have like awesome sound, you want to just go like, yeah, I want better than that. Well, we have a full line to go with.
Like this gentleman right here.
You have slate fibers. You have flax, K2s,
Utopia amps.
Yeah, and all sorts of in between. So make sure you head to focal.com. They will have a speaker for what you're trying to do.
For your wallet, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Auditor on up, baby. Hold on, let me just do this real quick. It says, will Kenwood be making head units for Cadillac? Yes. It's a kit. It's not Kenwood. It's the Apex kit. They're working on it. They have a couple things to do before that. But
Cadillac.
Well, if you have the weird, the full weird thing. Okay. If it's got the 8-inch screen in the Cadillac, they're gonna have a kit for it. We've seen it. We've seen pictures. They're talking about it. They're pretty excited. There's a couple things that need to happen before that can happen. Like, for example, we need the Bose interface first off. So you're not going to see it before the Bose interface because it just doesn't make sense. Because all Cadillacs have Bose. So, and I know you're like, I don't need it. It doesn't matter. But no, that they are working on the Cadillac. So, yeah. I mean, the goal for the Apex kit is to put radios in cars that we can't do currently. So that's the key, right? And so the Cadillac is definitely high on the list. And it would have come out, but we don't have the Bose amplifier interface. And they're just like, we have to have that before we go to Cadillac. So that's the problem. So,
yeah. Okay. Ready?
Yeah. Hit it, man. Have you guys installed the new Kicker key lock line output converter? I'm thinking the one that has a DSP built in. I think it's a game changer to get factory signal flat.
Yeah.
Gary, the thing has been out for like 5 years. It's not new. It's very old.
And yes, we install them. We have plenty of videos on that. If
all
you're
the
gonna
time.
go watch them, just
It's a fantastic piece.
Kicker key lock.
It has a DSP that does de-equalization only. It is only there to DEQ the factory signal
electrical
back to as flat as possible. So that's what it's for. And yes, we install them all the time. It's a fantastic piece.
Beautiful.
Would there be a big difference between the LC5 or the LC6 with LGDs going into a 2019 Highlander non-BL JBL with factory head unit? So here's let's break this down because this is a couple things in one. First off, the difference between LC5i and LC6i. The LC6i came out and it's been discontinued for a while. So if you find one and it's like a super cheap price, cool. I don't know if I would buy it, but that's what it is. It's the LC6i came out and promptly substituted by the LC7i, which had AccuBase built into it. Now the LC5i is a totally different. It's the new Pro series. It's a totally different animal. Has the load resistors built into it. It's 4 in, 6 out. The bus system is totally different. So it's like from the ground up, a totally different piece. Way easier to use and direct your sound compared to the older LC5i. The LC5is are probably 12, 15 years old, maybe older by now. So whereas the LC5i came out like a year and a half ago. So totally needed an update, and that's why we have the LC5i. Now, if you are just going to be doing I'm putting amplifiers in, that's all I'm doing, no DSP, no nothing, then yes, an LC5i or 6i are fantastic. You are going to need low generators. If you go with the 6, you will not need them with the 5. That in itself is enough to just buy the 5. If you are planning on doing any form of equalization after the fact, meaning I'm going to buy a DSP, then I would recommend not doing the LC5i. I would just do kicker key locks. Because like the gentleman asked before, the kicker key lock will DEQ the system and then allow you to do the DSP on top of that much easier. If you try to time align a factory Toyota system without going in and fixing it, the filters that are built into the factory radio will cause all kinds of heartache and all kinds of headaches for trying to get that amazing sound in the end. So you'll get something that sounds okay, but it'll sound better with the equalization. So there you go. Take it as you will. And they do make harnesses for all that. PAC has harnesses for all of that. So does Access. Late to the party. Hello. From Overcast Hobbs, New Mexico.
Hello. I'm
Hi.
from Old Mexico.
You're from...
I'm just...
Yeah, no, that was great. That was great. That was fantastic. I love that. That was perfect.
Yeah, I know.
From Old Mexico. Jesus, that was funny.
No.
Oh my gosh. That was so good.
Right.
Are we on vacation yet? Can we get this out of here? Kid wants an old Ranger for his first car. What would y'all do for a cheap DIY system if it was your kid's truck for $1,000? Man, I wouldn't buy my kid a Ranger. Screw that.
Really?
Oh, yeah, man, dude. There was that guy came through the parking lot the other day, had one. He was like 100 years old. Probably bought it when it was new and has been driving it ever since.
But what would you do?
So it's an old Ford. It's got a single DIN radio. Obviously, we want to get him something with Bluetooth so that he can do hands-free calling.
For sure.
I'm not going to put something with a touchscreen or anything like that in there just because it takes 5 seconds to break into that car. So
single DIN.
Kenwood.
Yep.
Kenwood. So Kenwood and JVC. I think it's the JVC makes a marine radio.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want to buy because it has the best display screen, and it's not silver
a kid,
display.
so he can see it.
No, he can't see it. Trust me, no one can see those things. But JVC makes the marine single DIN radio. It's black. It has colors, but it has a readable display screen, which is key. Bluetooth, all that fun stuff. So I'd sell you that, which probably it's like $120, $150, somewhere in that range. Pretty affordable. Dash kit harness for that's nothing by today's standards. It's 5x7s. It's 4 5x7s. If I'm going to be using deck power, I'll probably get some Kicker CS, 2 pairs of Kicker CS.
Yeah, because they had to be shallow. Yep.
And those things for the price kick ass.
And it comes with like the tweeters. So you can mount the tweeters.
No. Just do the CS 5x7 coax. Yeah, there's no, because trust me, it's a pain in the ass trying to put a tweeter somewhere in that car. So just do 2 pairs of CS coax.
And then P308.
P308. Yeah, Rockford P308 on the passenger side, unless he's short, because there's not a lot of room behind that seat. And that's cool. That's what I would do.
That's around like $1,000.
That's probably about $1,000. I mean, with
on
power,
the product.
I mean, with power wire, you're probably like $2,500. You know,
exactly.
With the cross the power wire, but you just need an 8-gauge kit. I mean, that would keep everything simple.
Yeah.
Parts wise, you'd need. You may need a dash kit. You need a dash kit. You need a wiring harness. Probably doesn't need an antenna adapter. Speaker wise, you don't need any brackets. If you want to use plugs, you can. Something that old, probably pointless to use plugs because they're in the door and they would just corrode anyways. So I'd probably just cut the harness, solder on new wires. Actually, with that, you probably just cut them and put the right wires on, right ends on, and plug them right into the speakers. I think they would reach. And then you need an 8-gauge power kit for the subwoofer, and that's it. So accessory-wise, it's pretty reasonable. You can probably do all that for under $1,000. And my math in my head's telling me I can do that under $1,000 if you're going to install it yourself.
And then you take it to Oscar, and he can do it.
Dean, do you guys still have keychains? I want to send one. Yeah, we still have keychains. Yep, we're still. Yep, they're still there. Ford Ranger is the Shizit mini truck for life. I mean, don't get me wrong. We actually still get them through here occasionally, and I go, wow, really? They're still on the road. We worked on so many of those. It's pretty awesome. I'm still looking for a possible alternative for the Illusion 3-inch coaxial. Have you heard some? No. Especially the coaxial. There's not, I mean, honestly, the best sounding 3.5 right now coaxial is still the Kenwood C3s. They just don't handle the power that those did. Mm-hmm. But I mean, for $80, you might want to get them, throw them in, and just see what they do for you. I mean, it's worth it. Give it a shot. Unless you already got them.
Give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
What's up?
Yes, Melissa is telling Bill that Metro already makes the kit for the CTSVs, which works with the Bose.
That is correct.
And works really well. It does. It works. I hate it, but it does work, and it is.
So just listen to Melissa.
We've done a handful of them. I hate everyone.
84 here, man. 84 here and raining right now, currently.
I feel like it stopped raining.
No, it's not.
You sure?
No, because the water just come in.
Get the paddles, man. Oh, gosh.
Yeah?
Yes. I just had to. Sean says, my 15-inch Incriminator Death Row on 2,000 watts and a ported box keeps making the gas door open on my 2011 Avalon. That's cool. Turns out it made the metal crack on the door where it connects to the lock mechanism. Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Just remove the cover. Done.
Yeah.
Fix.
Problem solved. 3D print a new lock. Just epoxy it on.
Okay.
I don't know. But I love the fact that I love this. Incriminator Death Row. Like, that's so cool. I love the names that these guys come up with.
The Incriminator was the MTX?
No. Incriminator is the brand. Death Row is the model.
Oh.
No, it's, Incriminator Audio.
Oh, yeah. That's what it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Pretty fun.
Very fantastic.
I will tell you, Bill, the kit is very expensive. It's not a cheap kit because it comes with a whole replacement circuit board for the air conditioner. So be prepared. Be prepared. And you also want to do a short chassis radio, make your life easier.
For sure.
Car audio security has come a long way. I remember before, detachable face plates, you pulled out the entire head unit and carried it with you. Yeah, we were talking about it the other day because Fernando came in and he has key fob sticking out of his pant pocket. And I go, oh, bro, welcome back to the 80s. Because that's what you did. You'd walk around with your key fob hanging out of your pocket, and you'd have your purse, a.k.a. Alpine Radio, if you were cool enough to get the bag that said Alpine Radio, over your shoulder as you walk through the mall. The mall, remember those things? And so you'd be like, yeah, that's right. I got an alarm, and I'm carrying my radio. I'm strapped, bro. I'm strapped. And everyone would be like, what is that? And you'd be like, open it up and be like, oh, damn.
Is the alarm, you can unlock it with your Apple Watch?
Yeah,
Lock it and lock it?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. Yeah, they've had that for years. I mean, I can do it with my Ford.
It never worked.
It didn't work once when I needed it to. So, and Sean is back, and he says, Incriminator Audio, hand-manufactured subwoofers in Alabama.
Oh, fantastic.
Solid company. Quality Korean amps and Beast SPL subs. Oh, yeah. No, I'm familiar with them.
Thank you. I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dude, SPL dreams come true.
Fantastic.
You've probably sat in cars with them. You just don't pay attention to that part because they go like, I got 6 of these, rah, 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 boom, boom, bangy bangs.
What?
Yeah, you're like, turn it up.
What? Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. Faceplate cases. Oh, yeah, those sucked. Clear faceplates were always the best. Hey guys, we sold so that Clarion had, you could take your radio apart, put it in a clear face, take out the guts.
The whole thing?
So no, you detach the face, and they sold a clear cover for it. Okay. So if you wanted it clear, so you could see the circuit boards, because there was a point in time where clear and exposed circuit boards were like really cool.
I think they're still cool.
Yeah, no. But I mean, so you could buy like a phone, and they had like an alarm clock, and they had certain things that you could buy that were all just clear with pretty colored neon wire and stuff in them. So I think Clarion had the clear radio that you could Yeah, it was
I
like,
would have a clear hood. If you have.
oh,
Nice.
so you would have gone back to Grease, the movie Grease. John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah.
The car
Yeah.
had
a clear.
It had a clear hood.
Clear hood.
It was
Yes.
it was an acrylic hood.
Really nice
Yeah.
motor in there, and oh yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, Grease Lightning, I think, was the song they were playing. Have you seen Grease?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, so there's that. Hey guys, yeah.
Yeah.
Is the motorcycle DSP amp just as powerful as the car audio DSP one? One of my friends is selling me a PSM Pro digital sound processor ARC audio.
Fantastic.
Yeah, same stuff.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the PSM Pro has DNA software. It does all the same stuff that anything does, and the amplifiers are just as powerful.
And it's better than the PSM because now it's the Pro.
That's true. Can't argue with that logic. PSM Pro is amazing. PSM Pro for the win.
Okay.
Yeah. PSM Pro is my new favorite.
Fantastic.
Wow, he's just going crazy. What other woofers have you installed in the Fox box Nissan Titan? We did the shallow mount P3s, and I think we don't do a lot of Nissan Titans. I know we've done shallow mount P3s. I think that was it. We might have. See, it depends. So we probably did some comp RTs. I know at some point we've done comp RTs in there, and but we have room. I want to say we've done Alpine R types at some point also, but I'm not 100% on that one because that is also a favored sub to go in the Fox box. New sub that we like using in there is the audio control, though. The new Spike and Space series. Those things sound really good in those boxes as well. So, lots of good there.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I swear, look at this. Hold on. It says, I have a PSM Pro, best DSP for the money.
Everybody has a
audio. Okay, which one you want to throw up there again? Sorry, throw that one up. Any help with a solution to fit 3.5-inch mid-range in pillars and or sail panels of my 2014 F-150? Thanks. So there are some pods that you can buy, and then it's 2014. So all right. So here's the thing. There are companies that sell pre-made A-pillars, such as like Sounds Good Stereo out of Tennessee. Sage and the boys there. They had the 1087. They sell pre-made pods. I don't know if they have one for the 2014. They might. I don't know. You probably also send them your A-pillars, and they will pod them out for you. There are some companies that make add-on pods where you just bolt them onto place, and they look okay. They look like they're bolt-on. Check. Yeah, Sage Sounds Good Stereo. So the reality is, though, is they are going to be expensive. Okay, if you're ready for that, fantastic. And most of the time, if you're going to do the 3.5, you're just going to do the tweeter also. So check it out. I don't know. See what they got. That's all I really got. Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, it's stuck.
It was stuck?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you got? Which one are you trying to do?
Oh, this is all done.
I was going to say, those are all good.
Yeah.
Yeah? You find something. I'm going to come over here and do this. This last segment is brought to you by the fine folks at Mosconi-America.com. If you're looking for DSP amplifiers, which a lot of you are, they have you covered. They have you so covered because they have Mosconi Picos, which are tiny, cool little compact Class D DSP amplifiers, 8 to 10, 6 to 8, 4 to 8 DSPs. So that means active channels and output channels. The first number is active channels. The second number is how many overall channels they have access to. You also have the 1 series, which is right here. You have a 6 to 10 and an 8 to 10. And then you have the Mac Daddy, them all, this right here, the 830, the Pro 830. Dual stage power, meaning they have 4 high power channels and 4 not as high power channels. So you have like tweeter, mid-range, mid-bass, subwoofer, or rear, or whatever you want to do. They got you covered. These, the ones and the Pros, are AB class, so that you can be like having all that AB stuff. Super clean. Clean. Grease is the word. You can find more about them at Mosconi-America.com. They also have some amazing speakers under the Gladen brand, so you might want to check those out as well.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. I have factory tweeter locations, just trying to go full active front after you guys educated me. So I will say this. Okay, I don't know how crazy you are about, like, because I believe your dash has those silver panels that go up like this on the sides,
Mm-hmm.
and there's nothing underneath them for the most part. So you could possibly also mount the mid-range up top here in this area.
Mm-hmm.
And do like a custom, I think you might just need a slight spacer, depending on what 3.5 you're going to go with. You could put them on the top of the dash, possibly. You'll have to get in there and look around and make sure, because it's been a while. But I have put I know I've put like loud tweeters. Like someone wanted me to put some horn tweeters up there once, and I was like,
What?
Yeah, you don't remember that? It was a long time ago. I remember things that bother me. So, but no, you might also be able to put a set of them up there if you're looking for a super shallow mid-range. Morel. Elate Carbons. Elate Carbon makes mid-ranges like that deep. Like those would.
What up, Angel?
So, Angel's in the house. He stopped by and said hi in Boring Life of Dean Haley yesterday.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Will any other manufacturer collaborate with the Apex kits?
Not yet.
So, the answer to that is, yeah, of course. Don't be silly. You know they are. The problem is they went to every manufacturer, and this is funny, and they went, because they went to Pioneer, said, hey, do you guys want to do this? Pioneer's like, ah. And at Knowledge Fest, when they saw this, Pioneer's like, dude, we need this. And they're like, James is literally like, we came to you guys. You guys said no. And they're
because the Pioneer guys came and started looking at it, and it's like, hey, can we look around? And I'm like, yeah, go ahead.
And
so they asked a lot of questions.
We asked you guys. You guys said no. So they're behind the 8 ball. They're going to be late. It will be like next year, possibly the year after, before Pioneer gets their head out of their butt and does it.
To Alpine?
They went to Alpine. Said the same thing to Alpine. Now, that isn't to say that some manufacturers didn't say yes, but Kenwood said yes first.
Right.
Which means Kenwood gets the time of, probably
the first production.
The first production of it's going to all go to Kenwood because they said yes and they put a lot of money into it. And so, you got to give them some time to make some of that money back. But no, we know other manufacturers have already started submitting products and are getting their stuff ramped up and ready to go. Now, as far as how much are they going to get involved in it? Because remember, you have 2 different styles of Apex kits. You have the 8-inch that replaces your 8-inch screen, and then you also have the float kit, which is the radio that sits in front of it. So we know some manufacturers are probably going to just do float because they can easily modify their current float screen to fit into the kit. So, pardon me. So we'll just have to wait and see who's going to be first.
Who's going to be first? Who's in
I
second?
have a feeling it will be somebody you're not expecting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Everybody's expecting that one.
No one's expecting that one. No.
I think so.
No, not a crow. Not a chance. Hello, 5-star. Is the sound any good on the Audio Control PMW Component Series speakers? Actually, it's funny. This is like the 3rd time this has come up on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are fantastic. Somebody asked that question earlier, and then people just chimed in and said, I love mine, I love mine, I love mine, I love mine. Yes, they're fantastic. So, don't be afraid. Sorry, Audio Control D6-1200 have an Alpine 4-channel already with 3-way Infinity running passive, but I want to go active. Yeah, D6-1200 will do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
It won't. Dude, boss elite, boss elite.
I love it. These guys.
Yeah.
These guys are awesome.
Hey guys. Hope all is well. I was wondering what your thoughts on the Blam Signature speakers. So obviously we just got done doing the Blam Signature speakers in the Toyota.
Yeah.
Fernando really enjoyed the way they sounded. Yeah. I was frustrated trying to get them to fit in the car because the tweeter was great. It's like, it didn't even make sense. Like the tweeter is a small little thing. It's like drops in, 3D printed a bracket, popped it right in. Life is great. The mid-range, oh my God, mid-range was gigantic. Had to make this really hard, overly complicated mount to get them to go on. We got them in, not complaining there.
And the mid-bass,
and then the mid-bass was like,
oh my
Jesus
gosh.
Christ, it was like this deep. And of course, that took forever to get that to where we found the sweet spot in the door.
Overnight, it grew up like a quarter inch.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It was overnight. because I check.
No, he didn't.
And
Even though I asked 4 times,
Ah.
and he's like, I think it hit. No, it's hitting. There's no thing. Is it hitting or not?
Dude, I even removed the plastic panel on the side, and
I don't know what you
put
did,
my head
man.
on the side, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's clear.
Yeah, I know. Because are you
And it
sure?
wasn't.
Are you sure? And yeah,
It
no,
wasn't.
it wasn't clear. It wasn't clear at
So
all.
My fault.
I know. Oh, that's okay. Hey, luckily I came up with a very quick solution. And
Well, I mean, that was no questions.
yeah,
We had to.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, all right. Yeah, Metro Pioneer plan similar to this kit. Radio seems to have fizzled out. There again, like these things,
but
have
Pioneer
to put
only
effort
tried
into.
with
one.
I'm sorry, Metro only tried with the Pioneer.
Well, because Pioneer said yes.
Right.
You know, they were like, hey, let's give it a go. And listen, it's iData or nothing. I mean, that's really. It says I want to actually see the Modus radios. I've asked them on their YouTube channel. Like we've seen them. They're small, they're skinny, they're sweet. We might be doing something with them in October.
Yeah.
Not for car audio though.
No.
But whatever. I don't care. So we're looking forward to that.
For sure.
It's just a time thing, man. This stuff is going to take time. So please tell me you're going to show that Mustang being done. Just head over to Instagram.
Yep.
It's 5-Star Car Stereo on Instagram. And that's where you're going to see the Mustang being done. And or next Monday, we'll have the video up of all of the video that we did on it. We're not filming it as a standalone build log or anything like that. We have like 4 Mustangs up right now. And even though this is getting the Apex kit, I want to film my Mustang with the Apex kit. Thank you very much. So we'll go through and show you what we did though. So like today we put the speakers in it. So we talked about all the speakers and all the bracketry and all the stuff we did there. We're getting ready to start on the amplifiers. And so tomorrow we'll probably show you what the amplifier ramp rack and stuff like that is going to look like, and possibly get to the radio. We'll just see how things go depending on our schedule and how much time we have. So there is that. But no, that's a great place to go. Would you think Modus, since they have floating screens and iData compatibility coming out? Sounds good. I mean,
good.
I mean, it's as good as any idea.
Any other manufacturer.
Yeah, I mean,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is like if you're in the iData family, any radio that's iData compatible, at some point we'll be able to get into make radios. Yeah. The 8-inch screen is really where this thing is going to shine, okay? Because the whole Apex idea was to replace the factory 8-inch screen. The float screen was an afterthought where they said, hey, if you build your brackets this way, we can also hit another 1,000 cars. And they were like, oh, really? And they're like, yeah. So this is the thing. The Apex stuff has to work, meaning it has this is the future. This is all we have. These cars are getting any simpler, but their radios, these radios are going to die. They're going to start dying because they don't last forever. It's a shitty little screen in the dash of a car. This is a 2017, so that's what, 7 years old. Right,
I mean, like the guy that has the Cadillac, right?
Yeah, that car is probably 10, 12 years old.
Antiquated. It doesn't have nothing.
But here's the problem: the factory radio on those is expensive to replace. All right, they know that it's like $35,000 to $5,000. You can't even get them new, so you're going to get something that's reconditioned. You might be able to find something in the reconditioned world, but would you want to put it in your car? You don't know. The Chinese stuff we know doesn't work. It works for about a minute. Some people either have the most awesome experience ever, or it just sucks.
Yeah, for sure.
So what was it, Friday or Saturday? I had to rebuild a dash because they only had their shitty Chinese radio thing, and it was like, so it spent 4 hours making a new dash for this crappy
for a Kia Sorento.
Yeah, it was like, this is dumb. So anyways, we know what the roadmap is, and it's easy enough to say. You see the cars now have 12-inch screens. That'll be next. When that's going to happen is who knows.
Yeah.
But that'll be next. But what I'm getting at is probably this has to succeed. Is if this doesn't work and any of these manufacturers back out of it, they got no hope. There's nothing, because this is it. This is all there is. It's either this or nothing, because like you look at your dash in your car right now, and there's a screen in the dash.
Mhm.
Okay, what are you going to do with it? So they can't make these dash kits fast enough to make everybody happy. From an SQ perspective, should you stay in the same family when it comes to amplifiers? Not necessarily, but most good amplifier families will have something for every speaker.
Mhm.
So, I think when a manufacturer designs a line, they have a thought, of like, hey, like when you look at the coppers from Arc Audio, okay, this is a full line amplifier. Like it's made to power a 3-way set and a set of subwoofers. So
So we went to the finals in
yeah,
Alabama,
yes,
and it's a lot of people. They run the Arc Audio amplifiers, but they have different speakers.
yeah.
So it's
Well, I don't think the curtains and drape always have to match when it comes to that, but I think amplifier wise, I think really what you see the most is you'll see like really high end amplifiers for all the highs,
Mhm.
and then some oddball for the subwoofer.
right.
Is usually how that plays out.
Mhm.
So it's kind of strange.
Oh, they have a DSP Arc Audio, and yeah, I mean
It's just strange, but I think it's important, especially if you're going to compete, because your stuff all looks weird. But I mean, we
match
did
everything.
Hey,
Yeah.
we saw that one guy that had the Crown Vic that had the
Ground Zero,
Ultra.
Ultra,
Yeah,
and they have
God
they
only
have
knows.
some stuff in the dash.
Yeah,
The Sebastian is like,
what the
yeah.
heck are those?
he's not gonna win.
He's definitely not going to win. Hey guys, listen, that's the show. Thank you all for playing along with us today. We hope this was fun. We hope you had a great time.
Yes.
As always, we really enjoy this. This is what we do. So thank you so much for making this possible for us to stop working and talk to you guys for an hour and hopefully connect some dots and make your lives a little easier. We'd like to thank our sponsors, of course, Arc Audio, Audio Control, Moscone, Focal, and Gladen for making it possible for us to do this. Along with you guys, it's really nice that, we got to have someone pay for the show. So, with that being said, this is the last show for the month. Next Monday, there will not be a show because we will all be on vacation. So we'll be gone. We will be back the following Monday. So in July, we'll be back in Monday in July at some point. Maybe. Yeah. Sure.
Some point. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We'll be back. Yeah, we'll be back the first Monday in July. So we're just taking a week off. So there will be a Saturday show though. So there will be this Saturday. We'll be doing the show.
Yeah.
So that'll be the last show before we go on vacation. So we'll be there. Don't forget, of course, Friday we'll be doing the news. We just want you to know because some of you guys don't always watch the Saturday shows and stuff like that. So there will be no Monday show next Monday. And if we don't get to see you Saturday, you guys be safe and have a great time. And if we get to see you Saturday, we'll talk to you Saturday. That's all we got.
Go to 5 Minutes with 5 Star.
Instagram. Learn what's going on the Mustang.
Bye,
You guys have a wonderful day. Bye.